All right, Melinda, thank you so much for joining us today. We are with Melinda Hunter. She works out of Chicago with MSIL. And we're just going to ask her a few questions today. Hi, Melinda.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Absolutely. Thank you for being here with us. We're excited to talk to you today. Can you tell us a little bit about Black History Month and what that means to you?
Black History Month to me means it's like Mardi Gras. It's a celebration. It's a celebration of progression, of everything that we tried to do, everything that we have done and what's yet to become. It excites me to see me and people that look like me strive to do better and be better. It's not always a negative. So anytime people think, oh, Black history should be celebrated year round, but yes, and I agree with that, but it is also that one time that we really get to put ourselves out there for everything that we can do and to show our kids, my grandkids, that, anything is possible that you put your mind to, no matter what you try to achieve. And if you fail, you dust yourself off and try again, but celebrate the whole time you're doing it.
I love it. I couldn't agree more. For our next question, do you have any podcasts, books, shows, any other media that you would recommend that we watch during Black History Month to learn more about the culture?
Or stream shows. So BET Plus has been my go-to lately to stream, to see us in different, to see us on different platforms, performing different platforms. I'll say, whether it be drama, mystery, even in sports, just to, I think, just supporting us as a whole. Even with the Super Bowl, I was very excited to see two Black quarterbacks go against each other because that's a rarity in the NFL. So again, it ties to the first question that it's just a celebration of what has been, what we're doing right now, and what's to come.
That's excellent. And I did hear this morning that Rihanna's show got the second most views, live views of any show ever on the Super Bowl. So I think that's pretty incredible.
Rihanna Fenty fan, so yes, very exciting to see.
Yes.
To see us.
Melinda, what is your ethnic background and how do you celebrate it?
So, well, I identify as Black, but both of my parents are biracial. My mother is Black and Caucasian and Native American, and my dad is Black, Choctaw, Indian, and Dominican. So we're just an eclectic bunch, but I identify, with being African American.
Do you have any traditions that you celebrate being a blended family?
It's really weird because my blended family extends beyond that. I have nieces and nephews who are biracial also, Latino heritage and Asian heritage as well. So we kind of, a combination of things that we celebrate. But I want to say one thing that we identify with is soul food and soul food cooking. The traditional Sunday dinners, the traditional holiday dinners is typically in the Black household soul food.
I love that. What would you like people who are not of Black background origin to know about Black culture specifically?
I would like them to know that don't believe everything you see. Don't that the media puts out there negative. I would say don't believe everything that's negative. We as a culture are very rich in being entrepreneurs and inventing things and things that people don't recognize, that we do have a strong history behind us. It was just hidden for a long time. Take the time, do the research. Everything about us as a race as a whole was not all bad. We did have some good contributions to society, and we still do, and we always will.
Yes, ma'am. And lastly, What do you think, or why do you think it's important? And you kind of already answered, but why do you think it's important to celebrate Black History Month?
I think it's important because, and it's specifically for those who don't know, just to educate themselves about, that's with any heritage, just to educate themselves about the struggle that it took for us to get here with the slave trade and them wanting reparations and the civil rights movement and all the things that took place up until this point. Like there were people who paved the way for us, and we, the folks that are still here, it is our have to do our due diligence to make sure that we pull those things forward, that we make sure that we put those things out, that we utilize and learn from everything that they did to get us here. Like I said, from our hairstyles to the way we dress, to the way we cook, to the way sometimes we speak. I think people are too quick to judge and say, oh, it's a Black thing. It's a human thing. So don't just be, I want the one thing for them to learn about the Black people. Don't just identify as it just being a Black thing. We're in a collective of things, and we have much more to offer than what they expect.
Yeah. It's a wonderful message. I agree. And then I do have one more question specific to MSIL. So a little bit about your MSIL story and your experience being an African-American woman in a leadership position.
I have been in the staffing industry for a little over 20 years. So I've seen the good, bad, ugly of it all. And also I've seen the prejudices that come with it. Oftentimes the previous company that I worked with, I was the only Black person in leadership. So, but they thought, oh, well, she would be uncomfortable when we would go to conferences, and why would I? You look just like my family members, so there's no difference here. But they didn't know that. When I came onto MSIO, because they were smaller, more family-oriented, and just a lot of love. Leticia showed nothing but love when I got here, so that, out of loyalty, I stay. But to give the opportunity as a minority and say, hey, you're the face of what we have here in Illinois, and I need you to make it happen, that speaks volumes that she's in to us. And when people come in, I don't want them to always think of the one thing I get, because I enunciate, and I say T's and S and R. I hate it when they say to me, oh, you sound like a white person. I didn't know that diction had a code. So it's either you speak proper English or you don't. And I get that all the time. Like, oh, I thought you were something else when they get to that. Well, what did you think I was? But I'm here to offer you a job. Even with the customers, the same thing. Everything is good over the phone and emails, but when I get in front of them, you just kind of see the difference in the demeanor of when they realize that I am a Black woman in leadership, and some people don't take that very well. But that's not going to stop me. I'm still going to keep going. I'm still going to be fabulous. I'm still going to kill them with kindness, and still going to make sure that we fill their orders and make it the best customer experience possible. Well,
you've been here 8 years, is that right?
No, I've been with them almost 6.
Almost 6 years. So that's a good run so far. So it's been a pleasure getting to know a little bit about you today. And thank you for everything you do for us and our team. Thank you for being here, and thank you for telling us more about Black History Month and what it means to you.
Thank you so much. You're most welcome anytime.
Thanks, Melinda.
You're welcome.